Because we could go for an intro. Oh, possible. Maybe just something like this is a podcast with a bush person and Obsidianblade 266, and gonna be a lot of bullshit. Yep. Over time, it will get better. Already. Do you know somebody named Mike
Hold up.
that you're picking up?
Is that the correct mic? That's the correct mic. There we go.
Do you know multiple people named Mike and did you pick up the wrong one?
I'm leaving that in too.
It would be so funny if you knew multiple people named Mike.
What? Shoot.
You accidentally text the wrong one. You could say, oh shit, wrong Mike.
Shoot.
Yes.
Whatever. Right. So, hello. Podcast. Great start. No mic. Amazing. So, um, hi.
Hello.
So,
This is already going really well.
this podcast is just gonna be. We haven't planned anything. That's what this is. We just talk. Just you can listen if you want.
Well, we did prepare basically a small list of things we
Yes.
might want to talk about just
And
as a guideline.
I'm sure.
Because we know ourselves.
Yeah, we're not staying on topic. We'll
Yeah.
sometimes have something where we like have like an entire kind of presentation or something. If there's like something we want to talk about, and we just have like dedicated to that. But for the most part, to the people listening to this, there's gonna be no
Why?
coherence. There's gonna be no coherence at all.
Yes. Wait, if we can do PowerPoint presentations,
We could.
a PowerPoint presentation about beans.
We could. Right. But so this first episode is literally just gonna set up. We did not set
Yes.
up before this. It would be funny. Like
It was a conscious decision that we both
yes.
agreed upon that within these first couple of episodes, it's going to be improving the layout because currently it's just a leaf and a stick figure,
Yeah.
which eh,
The only thing that we did before is literally set up the stick figure and the leaf, which I did two
yes.
seconds ago.
And during the episodes, the improvements will be drawn. You will see that.
Yeah.
And over time, those improvements will be put onto the thing. And
Well.
eventually, it will be a complete
Okay.
podcast, and the quality will improve.
So
Just visually,
there's two
the rest will not
things we
improve.
can do for this, and that is one. I only draw the setup. Probably start. And two,
Probably.
which I think might be the better idea. I just sketched some stuff out today. We can work that out over the coming weeks, even like in between episodes, so that our channel at least. Are we gonna upload this before or after I make like a banner and a logo?
I'd say before and just work on that as well. Just build the channel while uploading, which is actually is in my opinion, it's not a bad idea. You start with a totally blank channel and you just work on improvements,
Okay.
and over time, you
So,
eventually end up with a full channel.
what do I draw first? Though? Should I start with?
Probably then start with a logo.
Uh, Probably don't need screens. So,
Uh, I don't know what size YouTube allows for.
Neither do I, but I can always downscale it. But it's like a circle, you know. So actually, I might
Let's.
have something like I already made one before.
It's
But
recommended
yeah,
use
I
a
don't know why I
picture
made that up.
that's at least 98 by 98 pixels and 4 megabytes or less. Use a PNG or GIF.
You can use GIF for
GIF.
this.
GIF. I mean, it's
Whatever.
not GIF. It's a graphics interchange format. I'm correcting myself because yeah, it's not graphics.
Um,
So it's 98 by 98.
Sketch just to give people an idea. We're already like 5 minutes in, probably. Um,
That that that's part of
so the
the idea.
plan is I'm gonna have like a kind of table-ish, probably a bit longer. Then turn on the mirror. I think
Yeah.
that's. So I'm just gonna have like a table like in the center. Maybe even a bit more. And
The funny thing is,
then
I see
after
how
that,
you're sketching,
if I
and I
do
did
this,
that.
now I'm nearly invisible. But the idea is that we're just gonna be two dudes sitting at the table.
Yes, and on the back wall, which
Yes.
will be higher up on the screen, there will be a kind of like a monitor
Yeah,
in which
I'm gonna add that.
anything can happen.
Yeah, we can put
You
like
see how you're
PowerPoints on there. We can put games on there. Whatever's gonna be in the background.
also,
And you know what
and
I
in turn,
realized? Because we were talking while we were talking about this screen. And then I realized
yeah.
that I can green.
Green screen. Eh, actually, making the background green.
There we go.
Eh,
There we go. I
yeah,
have we have the screen.
yes.
Now we know the size.
But also, at intern today, I was actually sketching something the same way you're sketching right now.
What, like this? With like the where you just do that? Like,
Basically, I was mainly drawing things like,
nah.
all right, I have to make a catwalk from one place to the other. How?
Right.
I had
Um,
to basically because it is from a triangle to a triangle, which means I don't think. Wait, no, are they angled? Do we need to put angles on it? Might not, might do. So have to
uh,
take a look at that. But
you think it would be better if it actually went like all the way out like this?
uh, depends on what we want. But
Well, because we do kind of somewhat need to look at the. I think that's the. Yeah, I think this is a better angle. So then we're gonna be sitting at that table, and then the we are friends, but our interests are so different.
different yet overlapping.
We have engineering and we have Minecraft.
Yes, and apart from that, it is basically just one has things like anime, all that close to
History,
that stuff,
Bible,
and then you have
philosophy.
cars, trains.
Yeah. So the idea, basically like a hard
I have a bad idea. If we make the screen in such a way is we can have two vertical things. So
And no.
you can basically just have two kind of like you're watching it on a phone, but it's cropped on two sides.
No, we're not gonna do that.
No, not a good idea.
No, that's a terrible idea. But we're gonna just have like stuff littering all the way around this room. So like this side is gonna be like this side. It'll be like my side. But I'm gonna have like a sword and like that kind of stuff. And on his side, he's gonna have like a train and just stuff like that. And maybe I'm probably even gonna have the wallpaper be like different, so straight up like a line in between. Because I think
Let's
it
see
would be
where it
funny.
goes.
Yeah, we'll see. But so that is the idea. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna have our if I'm gonna draw the characters, considering they need to be their own thing to be, animated animation. It's
It
like
is just two different.
it's two frames.
Yes. Can you do more? Can you do more? Or...
There is like a blinking option,
Huh.
like for basically for me, if I'm recording, there's a like if you were to record, there's a blinking option for you. I can't make you blink on when I'm recording. It's because that's user dependent, basically.
Ah. So I have to be the one that actually has the software in order to make myself blink.
Yeah, but I'm not, I don't think we're gonna make blink frames like whatever. You know?
I would say not yet. We could go further, but
Yeah,
for now,
but uh, I really don't. Like, I know what I would want to draw for you. I don't really know what I would draw for you. Um,
yeah,
background. Because like I had that drawing of you like
yeah, for that
in that thumbnail.
one where we were rating weapons, which
Yeah,
often would be you'd cut yourself.
yeah. Um, but like I can do something with that, but I would need to add quite a lot more detail because it was just like a green dude.
Yeah, it would be
So,
funny
hmm,
if we eventually, like, if this takes off enough, because obviously we still have our own personal lives that we need to take care of.
I'm
We cannot
sure we
just
can
abandon
find like
everything.
once a week to do this. Like,
Yeah, sure, but like
we don't have that much
eventually,
to do.
eventually going full VTuber.
I'm not rigging a VTuber model.
And I've always wanted to learn like some of Blender, but would it be wait? Would it be possible to rig an entire VTuber model in CAD software? Inventor does have animations.
Well, if you want to try and animate your leaf in in Inventor, good luck.
Yeah, it won't happen, but
Um, I
it does
think
get me curious. Can you
tomorrow.
actually get that done in Inventor? Just how
Then,
funny would that be?
yeah. For now, I'm just gonna.
Like screw Blender.
What did you say were the thing size for this logo?
98 by 98.
Wait, it's that small?
Yep,
Are profile
minimum.
pictures that small?
It says It's at least 98 by 98 pixels and 4 megabytes
Oh,
or less.
oh, at least. Okay. I was about to say that's
But keep it
nothing, dude.
square.
Yeah, I know. What should I do? Like 360, 360 maybe? That
Wait,
should
why
be.
did it go here? Why is it not in my studio?
You think that's big enough?
Why is it not in my? I was in YouTube Studio, then I pressed my channel, then it just went away. 360 by 360 should be big enough, yeah.
Let's just hold on. Let me just check what the resolution would be. That's horrendous. That is terrible. Hold up.
Immediately remaking.
Uh, okay. So what if I like tripled that to to like what is that 12 what 1340 or something?
360 times. Are you trying to do 360 times 3?
Well, it doesn't need to be exact. There we go. Now I can actually. I don't have to count pixels whenever I draw. Okay. I'm gonna make it symmetrical in this section. I'll rotate it. But since it's gonna be like a sword, because bush blade.
Yes.
So
Yeah, but I kind of want to go less basic,
I
considering
will.
you considering you'd stand out actually by making your logo not like just one line.
I will.
Like, why do companies do that? Just oversimplify their logo. I mean, sure, it makes it more recognizable from further away, but it does not have any use at all apart from cheaper manufacturing of the logo. Like, let's say you want it on a shirt, it'll probably take less effort
I just
Be-
realized
because,
a
well,
problem with this.
what
A part of me kind of wants it kind of cartoony, but I don't really draw cartoony style. So
like a, a company with a simpler with which had a logo for a long ass time. It was the same logo, and then all of a sudden decided it is time to change it. Jaguar,
yeah,
the car company,
but
has had
it's
their logo.
all of them though.
Yeah, but with Jaguar especially, they had that logo for a long time. I think over probably 100 years or almost. And now all of a sudden they decided, right, let's make it oversimplified and release a car that almost looks like a toy.
Wait, that's a problem.
Toy that's supposed to be used in the bedroom. Like Jaguar decided that releasing that was a good idea. Out of
Yeah,
all of the things they could have released, they decided that that was a smart idea.
yeah,
And now they'll probably suffer. I don't know if they're going to suffer from it because that's the thing. Often those luxurious car companies are part of something else. Porsche, for example, is owned by Volkswagen, which means that if the big company makes enough money, you can have another company that loses a bit of money.
okay. Basic sword. How how do I make it a bush blade? So
Put leaves on the blade.
yeah, like a bushy texture probably.
Wait,
But
a rose.
I can have
Make the
like a
blade.
I can have like
If you make yeah, but like if you made the blade a rose leaf, with those little edges.
Yeah. Oh, I like the pedal with the
like the actual green leaves
that
from,
could be something actually.
because
Like
then you, it's not a bush because it's a rose, but you get what I mean, right? The one where you can, which doesn't hurt at all, but the little like serrations in there, basically, just little bits taken out of it, which is probably more defense against like small bugs or small animals, which doesn't work on humans at all because we're human and we do not care.
mm,
Best part about this, it is a good weapon design.
we can work with that actually if I
Because the
add
thing
like
with
the leaf thing.
weapon design, right? The minimum is not cutting yourself. That is the
um
minimum you should, a weapon should be.
yeah.
Like, sure, it can be less effective in battle, have very, or have a specific use, which never happens. As long as you are unable to cut yourself with it by operating it normally, it is a decent weapon. We have seen too many weapons where you cut yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so now there's one problem. I've never drawn a rose before, so
You know, you can just, Google exists, right?
yeah, I should
You can
probably
just
go.
look up material.
But for just like a basic sketch to get an idea.
Yeah.
The problem is like
Also
roses
fun.
have like the
Yeah. Also funny thing, right? One of my colleagues right now. First of all, he also reads Berserk, as I've recognized the logo from your thing. But also, he does like to draw as well. I was half tempted to say, well, I have a friend that also likes the same things. I mean, you're welcome to come to the company, but I would have to probably tell him that you'd be coming. But
what we then can do. I think the cross guard can be like branches or some shit, you know?
no, no, it's not gonna be branches. You want to know why?
Mhm.
Thorns.
What do you mean thorns?
Have you never had to trim or touch like a rose,
I've
like the
cut myself on roses
branches?
way more.
Exactly.
People that work with those.
Now they cut themselves as well.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
mean. They probably did it.
so then you should know, right? You should know that it's not a smart idea to put those branches as your.
I know, but do they need to be like rose branches?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think I'll keep the handles, you know?
Like, oh yeah, just wrap some leather around it.
What is the leaf?
But you would do.
I have this thing though. Is that a Mega Man thing?
The first thing that comes to mind is Adventure Time, but
I'm gonna look it up. Leaf blade.
question is, are you sharing your screen right now?
Yes. Oh, I'm dumb.
What
It's
do you,
just a sword profile. I knew that.
because it might require some blurring of sensitive information.
There's no sensitive information right here.
Yeah, not that you can actually see. Maybe the exam stuff from school, but who cares?
What? I don't think that shows anything though. No.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it just shows that it's open, but eh.
So, to be fair, if we do the thorns, I can just only put the thorn.
Yeah, like just that's actually a good thing. Like you actually spend the time making the weapon better by because it would actually with those little thorns on only on one side. The blade would catch and then catch on the thorns as well. I'm
Ashes, it would snap. Sure, it would
I'm
not.
trying to think of this as if it would work. So so if people look at it from a realistic point of view, all they can say is
I mean, maybe for
it
like
wouldn't work because it's
elves
wood, but
slash fairies.
yeah, like if it was sturdy enough, it would work. Like you could say that at least instead of this shit wouldn't work.
Okay, so I'm thinking quick. It's gonna be like diagonal, right?
Yes, of course.
But I'll keep it straight for now for if I need the mirror function again. Uh,
Just a sentence. You keep it straight for now.
um, so what do we do for like the background of this? I don't know if we even need one, but I think what we can do is that in the actual profile picture, it has a background, and then for the like basically the watermark in the bottom right of YouTube videos can be
Yes.
like this but without the background.
Yeah. I'm sometimes slightly annoyed at those if people like have some that are just obnoxious.
What?
Like if you have a really obnoxious logo, don't put it in
Oh,
that corner.
yeah, no, that's why I'm saying like one with and one without the background.
Yeah, as long as it isn't too intrusive, then it should be fine.
Yeah.
Because
Um.
I despise it when they do that. When they do that, and all you can just every time you look at the screen, you just continuously looking at the corner. Like, why is that there?
um. But I don't know what I would put in the background. You know.
We could first start without.
I guess so. Yeah. Um. Should I just start actually like doing this one, or do I start sketching some other stuff to plan it out right now?
What are you in the mood for?
Honestly, anything. Uh,
A
logos.
sentence usually, or a bit of conversation usually not said when talking about drawing. What are you in the mood for?
I'm not putting a
Almost
naked
anything.
lady in the background.
You can also use it for food.
we
Like,
just
what
have
are you in the mood
we
for?
just have a
What kind of food are you in the mood for? Anything's fine.
now on the one hand, like I can just start finishing. I can like start refining this one, and then
Yeah.
it's done earlier. or I can plan out some more stuff so that we have that planned out and I can just work on it. But also, if anybody is watching this first episode somehow, uh, give an idea of what's to come.
Yeah, if you have any ideas on what we should do or could do or what you want us to do, just comment it.
Yeah. Put topics in the comments, by the way.
Yes, please. Yes.
um,
So we know what we can talk about.
I mean, we barely ever don't have something to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
even when we don't, we'll just come up with bullcrap to talk about.
And I mean, there's always enough room to complain about the Dutch railway system, which so far this week I had one train cancel on me, which meant I was half an hour later. The other train today was delayed by a couple minutes because there's construction going on, or at least there's track maintenance right at the station where I need to go to. I'm annoyed by that because from the usual 3 tracks that are available for trains to stop at, during the last week and this week, it's only been 1. And just the 1. Well, this week it's a different one, but it's still only 1 track available. Which means that all the trains have to go over that 1 platform. The platform that's already almost cut in half because on the other side, it's blocked off due to people working. So it gets crowded. And people don't know how to deal with that.
Okay, well, maybe
Which is
now I
why,
know.
I mean, I would be half tempted to buy a car, but sadly, we don't have a place to put it here. So where would I put it to begin with? And then also money. Cars are crazy expensive.
Okay, you know, I
Get a
thought maybe we
house.
can have a gradient.
I don't mind it. Looks half decent. And everybody has their own taste, right?
I hate it. It's
This,
our channel. We both need to agree on this show.
it's our channel. Communism.
Yes. Yes. And I mean, you are a leaf. Like, you have just been cut off by a sickle, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that would be funny, but.
That is kind of fun. Like, just revenge. But the thing is, how would you do revenge?
I don't know why my head for some reason was like, this flag was a leaf.
Yes. That is the Canadian flag.
My head was like, I need to make a joke about being related to communism.
Me being related to communism.
Dude, you're growing a mustache, right?
In combination with a beard, yes. Which,
No, get rid of the beef.
no. I mean, there is something. If you're like clean shaven
Oh
and you're
shit!
shaving again, the last bit you're shaving is under your nose. That is just the law. Like the last thing you shave is under your nose.
I don't. Again, I don't have like a. I just
Me neither.
go wherever. I don't.
It's like it's like, do I need to shave? I kind of do. All right, let's do it.
um,
If that makes sense to anybody, then welcome. Just shave like it's getting kind of bad. Let's shave instead of having a routine like do it every certain day of the week, which I don't really understand. Like, or at least I can kind of understand it with the if you have a solid routine for that. But personally, I just do it whenever.
I kind of. Oh no, with routine, I meant like when you actually start there, and then you go there and there, and
Oh,
I don't do that until
I usually start. I usually start with like my left like cheek, and then just work my way to the right, and then just kind of like where haven't I been yet?
I start in the center, and then it goes all over the place.
Yeah, but if you shave, do you do it wet or dry?
Dry. I have the machine thing to do it.
Yeah, with wet, of course, you have shaving cream on your face then, so that's why I only do my like under my nose lost because you can actually see way better with the shaving cream on your face. But I mean, right now I just trim it at like 12 millimeters, which is the longest. So I also do it with a machine. But if you want to go like completely smooth and actually have it smooth instead of the slight, the very light stubble that leaves the machine leaves behind, then go wet. It's not that difficult. You only cut yourself if you're doing it wrong. Like the first time I did it, I cut myself twice. The second time I did it, I cut myself once, and then the third time I didn't cut myself anymore. Of course, you occasionally cut yourself, but at that point, it's just grab a tissue, put it against your face, wait a bit. It's close again. It's small, tiny wounds, nothing to worry about.
I don't use a knife though. I just have the.
Yeah, that's it, using a razor. But if you're doing it wet, then you will kind of suffer from that. If you're doing it with shaving cream and just a manual razor, then you can cut yourself if skin decides to like fold onto itself and going up. Yeah, if you just do it with a machine, then you get a nice equal beard. As a Jim, when is the last time you cleaned it actually?
What, my beard? I
No,
don't
like
have
your
one.
no, but when is the last time you cleaned your like your machine?
Pretty much do it.
Because I've seen this on YouTube first and I tried it myself. If you well, oh yeah, you have one of those probably. Like I have an actual trimming thing which has those blades that just move from side to side.
No. I have like a circular one.
Yeah, I don't. But if you have one of those that goes from side to side, then what you can do is put it in water. Just the blade part of it, like nothing else. Just slightly dip it in water, keep it underwater, and turn it on. And the amount of very small, tiny hairs that will come out. Because of the fact that if you, let's say you trim it at what I do, 12 millimeters, and you have a hair that's, let's say, 12.2 millimeters, it will cut it. So you'd be leaving zero point 0.2 of a millimeter, a hair that's zero point 0.2 millimeters long, that will not wash itself out, which means only if you dump it in water will it actually start to,
Mm-hmm.
get get clean again.
Yeah. I forgot why I don't draw on record. Because I can never say
I
uh,
mean, I also kind of want to get into.
how do you want to sit at the table, by the way? Because I have ideas for myself, but like, how are you gonna sit at the table?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, depends on the chair, honestly.
I did not plan on actually planning out chairs.
Well, it doesn't matter
Okay,
actually, but
so
like,
should they be? I think they should be like office chairs, like in some business meeting.
I mean, I was kind of thinking about that as well. So I have a post in mind, but how do I explain that? With like one elbow on the table, like my left elbow on the table, and just with my hand like gesturing, that kind of stuff. Leaning a bit forward.
Mate, I was gonna do the exact same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Great
was
minds
literally
think
gonna
alike.
do this, right? For my own guy. But I guess we can, well, that's fine. I have a different post with
Wait, I have an. Is it too much work to do two of them?
what?
Is it too much work to have two of them, like two poses?
For you, no,
That if I
it's not that. I was technically already kind of going to do that.
like if I'm talking, I'm in the pose I just described, like talking. But if I'm not talking, just sitting, leaning back a little bit, just observing and listening,
Oh, that's actually so. What I
because
was gonna
you
do,
are not talking.
what I was gonna do, like, so I mean, I guess the food would be mirrored is the thing, but like, I was gonna have like maybe my like arm like that, right,
Yeah.
and then have the other arm that, like the
And I was more talk about
stuff
having
like that,
my
and then when I talk,
that specifically that yes.
whenever I talk, and then when I'm quiet, I sit like that. That was my idea.
My idea was kind of the same pose when talking, but if I'm not talking, just leaning back into the chair and just sitting. Also, are the chairs going to have armrests?
They could probably, yeah.
How poor is the office?
What do you mean?
Are we able to afford?
No, our entire budget is blown on the screen. Oh, before we forget,
What?
hold on.
Why are you grabbing text?
Before we forget, I mean, it's eventually gonna be blue, but I think for now we'll do it in black because then it's actually visible.
Yes, we're not experts, but we're here.
um, maybe
Inspirational quote.
maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, so my idea, now that I think about it, might not fit with the screen, but this is like one of these,
Ah, yes.
which Um, for everyone somehow listening to this who doesn't know what this is, which is probably all two of you. Um, obviously it's in Dutch, and this is a very Dutch thing. It's like,
Yes.
so you have these tiles, and you see you have them with images and patterns and stuff, but a lot of them have like motivational or quotes or like sayings on them, and you hang them on the wall.
Or in the bathroom.
Yeah, these are all in Fries as well, so I don't I don't know what it
In
says.
weird Dutch accent that basically nobody uses anymore, apart from one province
It's not
here.
even an accent; it's straight up a language.
Like one province used an entirely different language.
De zoon van
It's
Zeus
not.
meisje heet Gernidoen. What does that mean? The son of a
Uh,
Zeus girl.
uh,
I don't know. Hmm?
uh, not saying that. Not saying that right now. That.
Ik heb zo'n scheid aan alles dat stront tekort komen. I do understand this one.
Ah,
I can't translate
yes.
this one. I don't know how I would translate this. I guess just like I've shit on everything to the point that I'm short on shit. That's basically what it says. Anyway, so we're gonna have like that probably. I think we're gonna have to move it to one of the sides.
Change it every episode. Every week, you get custody of the quote.
One thing we can do though is
Or we split custody of the quote. Like you get it. Like instead of one having the quote one week and one having the quote the other week, you switch it up.
what is a good quoting? What is good quote font? No, that's too fancy. That's kind of it.
I wonder how many episodes it will take.
I think I'll also work on it off, you know, off
Yeah,
recording, because otherwise it will take fucking 2 years, you know?
do like over 100 episodes just to get everything done.
Yeah. Here's our 2 year anniversary. We're finally done.
Yes.
We can finally start the podcast.
Yeah.
There's way too many font. What the hell is that?
That's a font, and that's also a font.
How do you read this? And why are they just the same but with more symbols?
I don't know. I'm not a literature teacher.
Ah,
I know
yes,
Dutch and English.
the cross on the hill. Uh, bendy and
Yeah.
the palm tree.
Yes.
I can read that.
So for some reason, my Spotify keeps. If I sometimes look for more music to put on my list that's already over 1,000 songs long, because why not? I keep finding Penny and Ink Machine songs, and they are good. I don't know how I keep finding them, but I just keep finding them.
All right, there we go.
I mean, I've
Oh,
kind
that's
of
sad.
already exhausted all the FNAF music.
Right. Um,
So, Jim, do you know if you're getting like a Christmas gift from the company?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of already got one. We got like a bunch of chocolate. I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm gonna get like an actual.
like one of those big cardboard boxes
Yeah.
filled with useless shit like wine.
So far, my biggest one that I ever got for that was when I was working at the supermarket.
The biggest one I got was when I was working at my second when we had our second internship, and I was at the company I ended up at being at, and it barely fit on my bike, like on the
Wait,
back.
yeah. So about your pose, it also kind of depends how human.
I feel like just the shape, just kind of like and just human, but then just with leaves. And I think what you did with the face the first time I do kind of like just having like a dark area around the eyes and then just
Wait,
green glowing eyes.
wait. You know what you could kind of be?
What? No,
Not like
no,
that, but we can take inspiration from it. um, well, we can do that. Um, let me see.
but I find it funny that that I just sketched today in kind of the same way you're doing right now.
Yeah, what do you mean? Did I draw lines like that? Like,
I kind of in the same way, just keep, but then with I just did that instead of using a ruler
yeah,
because why the fuck would you use a ruler if you can just sketch some lines and just
you can get pretty.
it won't be straight unless you use a ruler.
That is true. I can
People in the
use a ruler
50s.
in this, but like for sketching, that's not necessary. Usually,
No,
sometimes it
people back in the day.
is.
It's not straight if you use a ruler.
Wait,
Yeah.
oh, I get. Oh
That took way too long.
god. Right.
It took way too long to register.
Yo,
Yes.
I think we actually.
What happened?
That's not our
We're not monetized anyway.
problem. No.
We're not making
Okay,
money out of
that's the
this anyway.
challenge. Can we monetize this first episode?
Oh no.
Um,
That will go
no,
wrong
never.
immediately.
No, it would also just not. No, it will never happen. Unless you know 1,000 people that you can get to watch and subscribe to this. Actually, that might not be enough. You also need a lot of watch time.
Yeah. And if I take the experiences from my VODs, you're not getting it. Same length of video, basically. My VODs tend to be 2 hours long. 2 hours long.
I think we're gonna do something like that for this as well. We'll probably cut it different.
Depending on how much time we have, probably just depends on how much time we have because we can just keep talking for forever. Like it does not matter at all.
Slumped over, kind of.
Guys, like just sitting. Also,
Okay.
what I'm noticing is my posture is not good when I'm working.
One of those desks that you can like put up and then stand.
Nope, my desk is static.
It's a lot better than you would think. I thought it would work really weird standing up, but it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, I don't. We're interns. Do you think they're gonna give us quality shit if
I
they know
have
we're gonna be
that
gone
at
within
my
the next couple of
intern.
months? The thing is, the company I work at right now is gonna merge as well.
Oh, nice.
It's
That's
going to
that's exactly
keep.
what you want to hear on an internship.
Well, not only that, during like the last one, you know,
Yeah.
the one where it's important that you do everything and then be done. But no, things have to get difficult. Because why make things easy when you can make things difficult? Because if I can make things easy, then why would I do them? If I can also make things difficult and then dread doing them because they're difficult. You know, my mind works in mysterious ways. Many of them I
And
do not understand.
he wants things to be difficult, and yet he doesn't want to continue Elden Ring with me.
No, purely because those games are not my kind of games.
We should play. I already forgot what it's called. Like the Elden Ring Night something. That's apparently not going to be Souls, so I don't know how the difficulty will
Well, considering I'm currently playing Duro Valley, a game that is just
be.
kind of like an open world, relaxed, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then again, I also play War Thunder, so that kind of contradicts itself.
Oh, night. It was
Because
called Night.
War Thunder is a game known for its frustration.
No, but like Night Rain like a focus on multiplayer, and the idea is like you have to survive for like 3 nights. And so you come in the morning, in the day you gotta find equipment, and during the night you have to fight like a boss to continue on to the next day. And then if you die, then you lose everything. Too bad.
You know what my mind went to?
Hmm?
3 nights at Elden Ring.
No, people are joking night because there's actually gonna be like a circle that's like closing in.
Uh,
But it doesn't seem like it's gonna be. So it would be cool if, because it would actually like an Elden Ring Battle Royale would genuinely be cool. With like all the weapon and magic options that they have.
would be cool. Probably messy.
But like from what I can see from the trailer, they're probably not going to have all Elden Ring because you see characters like flying up into the air and stuff like that. It's like far more. How do you call it? I don't. I don't know. Just exaggerated. Nah, Elden Ring is very exaggerated in its animation, but like in a different way, you know.
I mean, as long as it's a fun game to play, then I'll play it. But if it's not a fun game to play, then I'll stop playing it.
Elden Ring is a fun game to play.
Eh,
That
it is
pose
not a
kind of
bad
okay for
game.
like a not talking pose.
Yeah. Wait, can you switch? Can you just a little side? Can you switch up the arms?
But the other way around.
So it's more. I love how it
So
just.
I intended it more on like it's just kind of chilling there, and then when you when you
Yeah,
talk,
I know, but I
you like
see the
lean forward.
opportunity, and I want to take that. I mean, you do see the humor in it, right?
I think you just don't see the implication of a pose from this side is actually
Then flip the image.
no. I'm gonna be resting on my.
Yeah, but flip the image, then draw it on me, and then
No, no, no. That's not what I mean.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what side. Now, oh, now. Live there. Okay,
But yeah, for maybe that
okay,
one
that was
viewer that wants to know
it was not that bad.
why I specifically asked for it. All right, arm's a bit funky. That's all. You know, nerve damage while being born is not the smartest thing. So it's kind of limited in movement, so it's always at an angle.
I don't know.
And I saw the opportunity and had to take it.
Now it looks kind of weird.
It needs to be a little bit more angled downwards, or just overall lower. It looks
But
like I'm just
but
holding my
that's
chest
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. But that's not really what I'm talking. feels more closed off now.
In what sense?
Like you're kind of turning away from the camera basically.
Yeah. I mean, if you put the arm like down a bit more, then it becomes more open. Because well,
Yeah.
I feel like I should also practice with drawing, but I'd much rather do it on like pen and paper because, or pencil and paper because yeah,
If you're gonna start learning to draw, kind of helpful. Because it is way
yes, I do have a tablet, but
I am currently better at drawing than I am on paper. But for the basics, far easier.
yeah,
Yeah, just lowering the shoulder does actually help a bit.
and then it's more like,
Also,
oh, you're just
I think your ass over there.
a little bit less laying down, a little bit less in the ultimate gamer position, which is just laying on your back while
Yes,
gaming.
yes.
Sleep gaming. Is that a thing? Sleep gaming, where it's just wait, would that be possible? To see if you can do some gaming while just sleeping. I'm sure your brain would be active around that time, so it would be a solid option.
Actually, if you're a bush, you don't just have like a rat holding you up.
I feel like a chair would be funny. Just oh, now I have a worse idea. Wearing a suit.
What, you gotta be like a bush superhero?
No, like because we're kind of in like a business type
Oh,
environment. Just wearing a suit while being made out of leaves. Just judging by the app, judging on the silence, you're just either away from your mic or you're just laughing and
I
your
am
mic not picking it up.
hold up. I am quickly making concept of what you.
And sometimes have good ideas.
You have like the glowing green eyes, so I'm gonna keep that, and then just like that.
Just in a suit. Would be much easier for you to draw as well.
Actually, it would be.
Yes, I know. Why do you think I keep saying I come up with bad ideas?
We can, yeah, we can do that. You can have a suit. Oh wait, hold up. Your picture is right in front of how people can see. Oh
I'm
my. All right.
full of bad ideas.
Yes. Oh, good lord. All right. So I would kind of.
I mean, I still, now that I think about it, I should still find the time to start working on a very old project that I've had in my mind for multiple years now. And that is still the spring lock suit.
Good God, you.
But
No.
I would make two of them.
No, Joel.
One of them being a safe one, because it needs to be safe. And then the second one, which is lore accurate. But then the next question is, should I make them separable from each other, or like just make them look the same, so you don't know which one you're going into, so you don't know if breathing is a good idea or not. Because in lore, if you even were to breathe on one of those things, they'd snap, and a snap would mean death. The FNAF community is the only community that I've seen cheer when somebody died. It was during the movie. I'm not gonna spoil my, just somebody died,
That's
and
not.
they just started
That's
cheering.
not the. It's FNAF, of course.
And that's when I realized we're just all in one. We're just all here at the cinema, just with a bunch of psychopaths. Which for the FNAF community is accurate. I mean, what do you expect? Many of us have watched FNAF from a very young age, probably too young, actually. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think 10-year-old me should have been subjected to that. No.
I had like a period in my. I don't know what the American equivalent is, but like I was like whatever, basically when I was like 14 or 13. And like
Yeah.
everyone at school, like our entire friend group would just download I think it was the demo 3.
Yes.
And we would just all play that.
I mean, it's FNAF 3.
I think only 2 of us actually made it through the game, like actually finished it, and the others just didn't actually understand how it worked.
Yeah. It is like, I've played the first two FNAF games during Halloween on stream under name Bush Go and follow. Yes, I do shameless plugs. But FNAF 1 is a game where you basically are looking at cameras and are worrying about 4 animatronics. Technically 5, but I'm not counting Golden Freddy. He's a rarity, so you won't often find them. But in FNAF 2, in the beginning I was like, this is kind of stressful and scary. But after a bit, it was more like, again, seriously. Because instead of managing 4 or 5, I'm just going to go for the maximum here, you're managing, let's see, you're managing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 animatronics, I think. No, 11. You have the first 4, then Golden Freddy, that's 5. Then you have the puppet, Balloon Boy, Mangle, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Toy Freddy. Is that on FNAF 2?
I think so, yeah.
And they have 11 animatronics hunting you down.
Yeah.
So you end up being like,
My
why
problem
is.
with that in FNAF 2 is that like the normal animatronics and the toy animatronics are basically the same.
Yeah.
Like they don't have behavioral behavioral differences.
The
So
only,
a lot of
the
them
only
are
different one is
basically just
Foxy.
two versions of the same. Like they're
The
just
only different one is Foxy.
yes.
I've had a point where it wasn't even 1 a.m. and Foxy has already stood outside my door twice. Or at the end of the hallway. I think 3 times even. And I was like, why are you here again? What are you doing? It was annoying, but eh. And then I died multiple times to Chica because I wasn't keeping track of her at all. Because you forget to keep track of one of them and you're dead. Although
Mm-hmm.
keeping track of the puppet is easy. Balloon Boy, that little shit that's after your sweet, succulent AA batteries. Don't let them steal those, because then Foxy will get you. I have to keep track of Mangle as well. I mean, the rest of the like all the animatronics apart from the puppet will eventually just appear at your office.
Yeah.
You eventually fall into the routine of check one vent in front of you, the other vent, to see if there's anything there. Then pop up the cameras, pop up the camera to wind the music box. Then put down the camera, immediately put on your mask in case something is in front of you. If nothing's happening, then you take off the mask, check the vents again, rinse and repeat that until the end of the night. It can get annoying quite quickly. Because you have to do it for like 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Uh, what else do we need? We need a banner. What do we put on the
Yes.
banner? Probably just our two characters. And then just links, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need anything else on there.
Yeah, we can have it very primitive for now, considering we don't really need very advanced stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anything else that I need to draw for this? I don't think so.
I mean, we have a logo. All we need is a banner for the for that.
Yeah,
And I think the rest is already planned.
yeah. But in that case,
Unless
I I think it would be good to have the banner ASAP so that the channel isn't just completely empty. But I think it would be better, uh, or I think it would be easier to do it after I'm done, at least with our characters, so that I can just stick them on there.
yeah. I mean, you can make the empty part already.
Actually, wait, instead of having a banner say the push button, you can have the quote.
Yes.
Or actually, maybe I can even fit on, but I don't know how big a banner can be. Oh wait, does it need to be screen sized? Because it's like on TVs, it's like that big.
It needs to be at least 2048 by 1152.
Well, that's bigger than this. um, I think we'll figure that out later then. I think that's probably easier.
Yeah. This has basically just been setting everything up, hasn't it?
Yes.
Like we did talk about some stuff a little bit, but
um, I think in that case, I'm just gonna start refining. Probably.
the logo, so we actually have a logo.
I don't know if I'll finish.
Eh,
Also, when are we gonna upload? I think Saturday or publish it Saturday. I guess I'll just upload it when we're done here. But like publish it Saturday probably, right? And then we can try to do every Saturday. Probably not.
like
We'll probably
that's actually
sometimes
good. Not,
miss one.
yeah, but being able to like, let's say we try and aim for the recording on Tuesday, keep
Yeah,
that steady,
yeah,
and if we're busy on that day, then other days as well.
yeah, exactly. That's like can, we have basically
Well, considering I'm streaming on Wednesday and Friday, that already eliminates those days, which only leaves Thursday and Saturday to record.
like
Yeah.
have on hour.
No. And man, actually, I might have a good idea. A live podcast is basically just chatting.
That should be a standard.
No, I feel like that would be reserved for like holidays, that stuff. So you only get like a couple a year with things like Christmas, Halloween, all that shenanigans.
So I'm again.
Why?
Uh, play Bloodborne, I know.
Serrations. The little pointy bits that are supposed to be painful but aren't.
Anything?
Maybe the small stuff?
Butterfly sits on it. Does it?
Of course, if you're standing on top of it, it doesn't hurt, but if you go against it, but then again, it won't hurt any animal actually because their skin would be, or their fur would be too thick. Huh.
I mean, maybe it will prevent it.
I guess, but then again, I've heard of a pepper or things with spice. Pineapple.
A pineapple doesn't cut your tongue either.
I think pineapple does kind of like a sour that bites a little bit. It just stings. That's why pineapple stings a little bit when you eat it.
Yeah, that's how sour works.
But I mean, like peppers are basically became spicy to defend themselves, and humans are like, hmm, this hurts. Let's eat more of it.
With mint. Have you ever
Yes.
smelled a thing a durian?
No.
No. Who in their right mind smelled that and was like, yeah, I can use that to cook?
I don't know.
Like, if you cut one of those, your entire like room you're in.
So basically the same when cooking fish. Because often if you're cooking fish or if you're deep frying
Don't put your right when you.
and you don't ventilate properly, which then you're gonna suffer.
Don't put your deep fry.
Yeah, just do it outside. Depends on the weather and the amount of people. It's yeah, but many people use it as storage and leave their car outside, which is terrible for your car. You have the option to store your car inside, store it inside to prevent it from getting wet, which may cause water to get trapped somewhere and rust your car.
Open the door.
It will keep your paint safer, so your car will look better for longer.
My father told me, because you know how there's like sort of a teacher.
Yeah.
He told me once that one of his students came up to him if he could borrow the white paint because he'd accidentally hit something with his car. He wanted to paint more.
Oh boy. There's a clear code on.
My father's just like, well, I can give it to you. It won't give like reflection, like you won't see it, because it's a different kind of paint.
Yeah, you don't have car paint. Nobody
Yeah,
has that basically. Unless you go to a specific body shop.
yeah.
But I mean, I understand he wants to fix the mistake before his parents get mad, which honestly is kind of bad. Like, yes, your parents can get mad at you if you do dumb shit like that. But I know parents that get mad at their children for improper reasons. Like, let your child be a child. If you want your child to be mature already when it's still a child, then you're just gonna ruin their childhood.
I mean, if you can drive a car, you're not a child.
No, but I mean, if you get mad at your child for basically not a proper reason, if you get mad at your child for being a child, then why are you a parent?
Okay, but here's the deal though. Fixing a that's
Depends on what's broken and how difficult the fix
usually like
actually is.
even already expensive.
That's body work. Body work is expensive immediately. I was thinking mechanical problems, which are cheaper and easier to fix. Because a mechanical problem can be as easy as change a light bulb, but body work is often depends on how new your car is. If you have a brand new car, you will have to because they've probably used some obscure screw which you need a special tool for just to unlock it, just to unscrew, and then it's all. Then the entire headlight is one assembly, so you have to just buy a new headlight. It's not like you can just get the bulb. In some things, I don't think you can even get the bulb like out. That's why I like older cars way more than new cars. New cars just suck. Like my cousin has bought a Volkswagen ID3, and I was like, no, why? I kept it polite because, well, it was on my birthday and my aunt showed me, my uncle showed me, but I was just like, why? It makes no sense to buy that car. It is expensive. It's electric. I have nothing against electric cars, but they don't hold their value at all.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot expect your electric car to be worth anything in like 10 years.
Of course you can, Joe.
Well, you're not getting it
Well, that's something different.
because you run into a little thing called battery life. You know, over time, you notice it with your phone battery as well. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse until it's just unusable anymore. Just unusable. And of course, range anxiety exists, which is a word I haven't heard in a while. And also the weight. Like electric cars are often way heavier than like internal combustion engine vehicles of the same size because there's a massive heavy battery in the bottom. Also, they might be less environmentally friendly over during their lifespan because yes, they don't use any like fossil fuels, but
Apparently, dude, yeah,
yeah, but the production of the battery, like the production of the electric car, takes so much more CO2 because you're producing the like you have to get the battery, you have to get everything else. That just takes so much CO2 that the first couple of years, this was like I think like 5 to 10 years, it's more environmentally friendly to drive a a gas car. After that, then you've offset the environmental damage. Then you offset the production with the fact you're just running on electricity. The problem is during that time the battery has gotten worse, so you have to replace the battery, which those batteries are not environmentally friendly to produce,
those
which is
two.
probably why it goes
Real quick in
downhill.
between, do I put the veins on the leaf or not? Are they called veins?
Uh, yeah, you could.
I'll keep them for now. But when you mentioned that CO2
Yeah,
today, so first up, my teacher came today for my to check out my intern.
yeah,
Um, so obviously you talk, but every time that I talk with the boss of this company, I just learn more about this company.
yeah,
And but one thing that he mentioned, so they are part of the Delta 21 project, which I think I've talked
yeah,
about. It's like the lake.
yeah,
And because so this they got approached and by like a company or organization, and they were like, we want to filter CO2 out of the ocean water because water stores CO2, right? We want to
yes,
filter the CO2 out of the ocean. Do you want to help us with this? Improve, improve nature.
yeah.
That is one of the stupidest things ever because CO2 stored in water is not in the air.
No, but if there's less CO2 in the water, then it absorbs it from the air.
Yes, but here's the deal. What does CO2 do when it's in the water? In the water,
Because
there's like plankton and like I don't know what it's called
algae,
in Dutch. Yes, exactly. And that basically eats CO2 and poops oxygen,
yes,
which we kind of need.
yeah.
So why would you filter the CO2 from the ocean?
I don't know. But I mean, I'm
It,
working
so,
on a project that is offshore solar panels.
yeah.
I'm working on the most tech bro things you can do. If you look at the website, it's the peak of tech bro. It's just, in theory, this will definitely work. In practice, it will just be garbage. It will barely have an impact. Like, yeah, we're going to put offshores, we're going to put solar panels offshore. If you want to read more about it, Solar Duck. It is just, and of course, I wanted to make it out of aluminium offshore. And for people that don't know, that is a bad material to use for that because it does not withstand. Like, yeah, sure, are some alloys or some mixture of metals that will allow for with longer lasting metal, but it will not fix the problems of it eventually fatiguing and just breaking. Know how paperclip breaks after you've kind of bent it for one too many times. Because, that can happen. And yet, I've been tasked with making it out of metal. And already I have a design that is cheaper, probably. I haven't done a calculation on the cost yet. So I don't know if it's more expensive, but it will be a comparatively lighter. But it's because steel is 3 times heavier than aluminium. So if I can keep my design under a factor of 3 with the weight, then I've made it comparatively lighter, which is good because less weight means better. Because that means I can. The thing is, right? And I've had that a couple of times. It's floating. It's floating as well on 3 sort of pylons. And with that, it's a tad bit weird. If you make the design lighter, then you realize you can make your pylons smaller. But that uses less material, which decreases weight, which means you can use even less. And it's eventually just this loop you're falling into of just make it smaller. Yeah, but it can be made smaller now because of the fact that you've made it smaller and lighter, which means you can make it even smaller.
Yeah.
And they've done that. But they can make it even smaller because you made it smaller.
You
And that
think
will just continue on and on and on and on.
you think this is rose enough?
Yeah. Wasn't there like a tutorials like if you want to draw a rose, draw some lettuce and then make it red.
I don't know.
If you want to draw a lettuce, draw a rose and paint it and make it green.
I don't know. Maybe. I think I won't do the coloring on the recording because coloring. I probably won't shade this because it's the logo.
Yeah.
I will. I will group that. Why is there 3? Oh, I did the wrong. Okay. I'm gonna rotate that.
I mean, you're not
That.
coloring yet, so you cannot. It's more unlikely to grab the wrong layer. You can always make art. You can always get artists to laugh when talking about when asking them the question, "How many times have you grabbed the wrong layer?" They will
um,
also always laugh because they know
yes. Should I have
you
the
always
pummel
have the
still
wrong
be
layer
made of steel?
to make sure it stays there. Otherwise, it might fall off.
I think we do. I think that would be funny.
And purely from a weapons perspective, it would make it more practical. So, weapon considering you
I
can,
don't know that they would because a leaf is very light and the purpose is the weight.
yeah. But what you can also do then is hit people with the pommel.
Well, that is true. Um, I mean, background. I really don't know.
Like a background, as in,
Just
yeah. I mean, you
maybe
could
it's
go
not
maybe
even necessary, but
if you want to have a color gradient, you could possibly go from green to black.
yeah, I could. Well, if we're gonna do something like that, I should color it first.
Yeah, definitely. Because if the leaf is already going to be green,
Yeah,
having
like we should have
green on
something to
green,
contrast on the background, probably.
yeah. Otherwise, if you get green on green, it will just fail
Yeah.
because well, you're not seeing anything because it's green. This entire episode has just been a mess already.
I don't know if that will ever change.
Probably not. I mean, I've made a list, and so far we only had it about we had it. We talked about one thing for a very short period of time.
Yeah, wow. The nice thing about that, we can just like that list. We can do that next week as well. You know.
I feel like this list is gonna last us a year.
Actually, wait. Next week. Next week is like okay. No,
Christmas.
I am there on Tuesday.
I am available every time apart from Christmas Eve so far. Might plan more stuff.
I
Unsure.
am I am available on Tuesday. Oh, what Wednesday looks like for me because Christmas. And then I'm leaving on a well, it's not really vacation. We're staying in the Netherlands, but like we are away for a bit. Like until I think until Saturday or Sunday.
Well, I'm kind of not available on Tuesday. Well, if we're gonna do it on Tuesday next week, it's gonna have to be during the day.
During the day, I'm on my internal
On Christmas Eve,
on Christmas Eve. Tuesday is not a
20
free day.
for me it is.
Why? Only
Company
only Christmas
company's
Day is
closed.
free.
Company is closed from the 22nd to the 5th of January.
But just is it just holiday?
I get those 2 weeks off.
Okay, but here's recordings. Since we already did this one today, we can technically do next week's episode this week as well.
Yes, we could even spend like 8 hours talking and then chopped it up in 2 hour parts
That's a terrible idea.
and then deal with those 2 hour parts. Although we do have to then because I feel like would need an outro for obvious reasons.
We need an outro though.
Well, you do kind of want to know if your podcast is ending or not.
Well, yeah, but we'll probably just be like, okay, that was it.
That was everything for today.
Yeah.
Hope you liked it.
Wait, hold up. Just like some of the other stuff that we got for this, let me just ask an AI. Hold on, where's the one for our podcast? There we go. Yeah, so for people, we actually were like for our title, right? What do we call this? And it gave us some stuff that we didn't go with because we eventually just made it the BushBlade because we thought it was funny. But somewhere in here, it did say, oh right, it just said that right here. Where did it say that? Wait, did it not say that here? Where did it say that again? Somewhere in here it said we're not experts, but we're here. Oh, right
Yeah,
there, right there.
humorous and relatable. I
Yes.
doubt that.
Okay. Uh, we have started our podcast.
How
Uh,
do we end it?
how do we do our? It's weird typing with the drawing glove on, I'll be honest.
Our outro.
Our
Here comes the AI. Oh, the
all
ram.
right.
I like the
That's
rambling bit.
That's awesome. It's exciting to hear you've launched the BushBlade Ramblings. Now, let's craft a memorable outro that leaves your listeners wanting more. Here's a framework, keeping in mind your casual style. Acknowledge the end. Well, that's about all the rambling we have time for today. Oh god, oh no. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't like calling that out, quite honestly.
I
I mean,
What
you
I do
should
with my stream is
subscribe.
just
Like, you should subscribe and leave a like. Oh, apparently you should leave a review. Sorry, not a like, a review. Oh, and you should follow us on social media platform. For
I would just
we're
say
not
make
doing
sure.
behind the scenes. This was basically behind the scenes.
Yeah, mine's just basically just interact with the content a little bit. That would be nice.
Your signature sign of Obsidianblade. See you next time, bush person. Bush person. Until then, keep it real. Peace out, bush bladers.
No,
Is that
no,
our community, the bush bladers?
no, no, just no.
It's always a good time to be bush bladed. um, I don't know about that one. Hit that
No, the
subscribe
AI
button
is
so you
trying.
don't miss out on future ramblings.
Yes, that's something you should do.
Hope we'll be back next week, hopefully with less rambling and more sense.
What? Less rambling, more sense?
Um,
Do you think
quite
we are gonna have
honestly,
more sense?
it's probably just gonna go backwards from here.
Don't you know that everything just goes downhill at all times?
Yeah.
You start high and then you just go lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
Then occasionally have a
Anyway,
peak back up, and then go back lower.
exactly. Whatever. I think we're just gonna improvise this shit like every time. I don't like having like a consistent outro. It just feels weird, you know?
I mean, I with my streams I've developed an outro just saying that, just basically saying that you want to asking if you want to interact with the content and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and where you can find the
Well,
Discord and YouTube, and
on my
I guess I stream on Twitch.
I used to have like an outro on my YouTube channel where I was just like bye at the end of the video, but I kind of just stopped doing that. Like, it just ends.
Yeah, but I mean, what I just said it just ask for interaction with the content.
Mm-hmm.
L- Plug my YouTube, plug my Discord, and yeah,
Yeah.
or and then just
Just
say bye.
just in the description you'll find our links. That's, if you want to follow us. Just
Yeah.
neither of us have social media because screw that.
Well, I have some social media, I just don't use it.
Yeah, well, I don't have any.
I mean, I do have Instagram, but I don't. I do not use it at all.
Everyone go follow him on Instagram. Um, I don't know. How do we? Like, it is. It has been about 2 hours, so I think we should just end it though. So, oh fuck. I
What?
should disable the hotkey for streaming. What is it opening?
Why?
What is this? What is? Why? I don't know what this is. Screw off. Why is it opening that?
I don't know.
But I accidentally pressed my hotkey for streaming again.
Ah, yeah.
So hold up.
Trick.
Um.
Get a Stream Deck. They help.
Okay, hold on. Where is my hotkeys? There. Hotkeys. Start streaming. No. Get out. As long as I can't stream. No, not backspace. There we go. Thanks. As long as I can't stream because internet, I'm not doing that. Right. But I think that should be it for this week. I don't know how weekly this will be. I think we're just gonna try to keep it kind of weekly.
Yeah.
Um, hopefully next time it will look it will look slightly higher quality, but I don't know
Slightly.
because I'm also I do want to finish the last page of that 3-page comic first.
Yeah, I mean, take your time.
Yeah,
This doesn't have that much priority as well in our lives.
no,
So,
exactly.
just as kind of a warning.
Just thank you if you're willing to listen to this shit. Uh,
Yes.
other than that, bye.
Thank you that you will listen. That you will listen to the shit. That you have listened to this,
Yeah,
and hopefully, we'll see you guys next in the next one.
exactly.
As we said somewhere in the beginning, if you have any ideas,
Yeah.
please leave them as a comment.
If you want us to talk about something, there's a very good chance that at least one of us is interested.
Yes.
So yeah. Bye.
Bye.